In a recent video, I showed you how easy it was to bring your characters to life using Adobe Character Animator.
Hello.
And it blew my mind, it blew some of your minds, and you wanted some more. So I'm back with another video showing you even more stuff you can do. It's just as easy as the other stuff. In the last video, I talked about how you set up your characters, and I even made one of my characters available as a download. So if you don't know about that stuff, you can go check out that video and then come back to this one, because this one just sort of levels up on what we did in that one. You remember that Butman guy? We're gonna make him fart. I think that's a selling point. They don't wanna make him fart? You wanna make him fart, right? Should we make him fart? All right, let's go. I got Adobe Character Animator open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and import Butman. Then you'll see up in the top left, it says Butman, but we don't see anything. What we need to do is double click on that, and then we get into rig mode, and this is where you set everything up like we did in the last video. One of the issues that I ran into when I made Butman, which I didn't talk about in the last video because I didn't show any stuff with his build out, was that he doesn't have a mouth. I mean, he has a mouth, but we can't see it. So when I made him lip sync, I just sort of shook him a little bit, like switched between different frames. And it worked, but it was a little bit of a hassle because I had to do it manually. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is how I fix this. In the previous video, you'll know that you can do a simple mouth setup called the nutcracker jaw, which we did with the skull, where it just sort of flaps. This doesn't have anything to flap. It's got cheeks, but it's all one piece. So it wasn't an ideal situation. So let's click over to record mode, and then we just drag Butman down to our timeline. And since I have my camera all set up, you're already seeing stuff is happening here. So let me just scale him down so we can see him. And you'll notice that it's lip syncing, it's butt syncing. You'll notice he's butt syncing me, and we gotta make some adjustments to like the eyes and stuff like that. But you can see that the butt is moving, and I think that this works well for Butman. I think it looks a little bit odd because of this voice coming out of it, but here, let me see. Because you can't, he's muffled because his mouth. All right, let me show you how I set this up. So if we come over to our puppet over here and we right click on that, we can go to edit original, and this is just gonna open up our Photoshop file. This is handy because you can make quick changes, save it, and it'll update within Adobe Character Animator. But when I had done the original character, I just drew the butt 3 different ways. So that way I could just switch between them as he was talking. But again, I had to do it manually. So what I did to fix this was I just copied a mouth from one of the other characters and then just erased all the frames, and then I just put these 3 frames just like in sequence. So I just copy and pasted them and then used them for each of the things. So it's just cycling through, but it's just doing it automatically. I don't know how to explain this, but you know what I mean. I took the 1, 2, 3 sequence and I just duplicated it for all of these frames. So for example, neutral is 1, A is 2, D is 3. Because it doesn't really matter. It's a butt. Anyway, that was the first thing we solved. So let's go back to Character Animator. Now, you'll notice that the eyelids are getting a little bit crazy. I think because I'm looking forward and my screen is over here and I'm trying to watch him. But let me show you some quick things we can do to fix this up. So if we come down to our camera thing at the top, if we just calibrate this again, that will help because you know, it'll sync up our face. You see the green lines around our face, and that's good. The next thing that we can do is come down to these settings under each of the categories. So for example, eye gaze. You can bring the camera strength down a little bit. Hey, did you guys notice that the pupils aren't moving? I was worried about the eyebrow things and realized I got distracted by the pupils. It's not part of this video, but I find that when you're using Character Animator, although it's very simple, sometimes things can get a little bit buggy if you make like a simple mistake editing your file or naming your layers. So we're gonna troubleshoot this so that, you know, if this happens to you, you know how to do it. So what we'll do, click back on rig mode at the top left, and let's see if there's something going on with our eyes that's causing a problem here. So if we come over to our layers, find our eyes, let's look at the pupil. So I'm thinking that maybe because we have our pupil within a folder, not sure why I did that, and the folder itself has a crown, but the individual one doesn't have a crown. The crown is what allows it to move freely. I'm thinking maybe that could be the problem. So let's turn those on and see if that fixes the problem. So now we just come back to record mode, and guys, it's still broken. Is it my eyeballs? No, my eyes aren't working at all. So it's not just the pupils, because I can't blink either. You know what we're gonna do? Let's go back to Photoshop and let's just clean it up here. Let's see what the situation is. Let's see what in the heck is going on. So if we go into our right eye, why does this not look like what we saw over there? All right, I figured it out. When you click on a feature of your character, you'll see we've got this, the tags over here, and it shows the different parts of the body. Now, when I click on this right eye over here, you'll see you can see where it's selected in the preview here, but it's not showing up as selected on our little tag thing over here. So what I'm gonna do is click on this, and you'll see that now that eye is tied to this. And if we go to blink, we've got that tagged, and then we go to pupil, we gotta tag that pupil. So now we just do the same thing for the left eye, and now if we go to record, everything's working, but our pupils are all over the place. So we'll quickly just hit the calibrate thing just to, be safe and make sure we're starting at a good place. But what's happening is our camera strength is just too powerful and it's moving the eyes too much. So all we do is come down to camera strength over here, and we just lower it a bit, and now we can move our pupils around and see at which level we want them to stay, and that's pretty good. Now the eyebrow is too aggressive, so we'll do the same thing. We'll come down to eyebrow strength, and we'll just make them a little less aggressive. So we can go like that, and I think that's pretty good, because he can get really mad because he's a butt. So he can be like, hey, what the heck? I'm serious. And I think it's just a little too aggressive, actually, because we were starting to see some of the eyeball that it wasn't covering up. But I think this is pretty good. And, this is pretty good. And we can blink, and that looks good. And, this is great. I like it. What I want to show you next is, this is all good, but you don't want his arms to always be in a fist. He's mad, but he's not gonna throw punches all the time. He might want to do other things. He might want to point at you. He might want to do some other stuff with his hands. So I'm gonna show you how to quickly throw in some different arms that you can swap out. You can do this with any feature. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll make him do a little toot. How about that? You want to see this guy do a fart right here? I think our pupil strength is a little too crazy. We're gonna lower it a little bit more. Yep. I think that's good. So we can still move them, but we don't want them to get out of the pupils. It looks a little crazy. All right, so I'm back in Photoshop so I can show you some of the things I added on. So what I did was I just made 2 other sets of arms. I did this in Fresco, where I just opened up the file, brought down the opacity on the fists, and then kind of used them as a reference point to trace over and draw new arms in a different position. So we've got this option where he's pointing. I know it looks a little bit weird because we're seeing several frames at once for the eyes and the body, but just look at the arms for now. So we got the point, and then we just got some regular arms just kind of hanging down on the sides that we could move around as we see fit. And while I'm here, I'll show you what else I made. This is a frame-by-frame sequence of a fart happening, which let me show you. So we've got this. And then, you get the joke, the gist of it. It's just a cloud, poofs out. I'm gonna show you how I made this in Fresco, and then we'll come back. So one of the perks of Adobe Character Animator just utilizing Photoshop files is Adobe Fresco files or Photoshop files. So I can just come over to Fresco on my iPad and my file's right there, and I can just do some drawing, save it, and then it's already updated in Photoshop. To start this sequence, when I went ahead and made this little fart cycle, I started just drawing a simple fart cloud, and then I needed to have it start and have it finish. So at the very beginning, I just started with a blank frame, and then I just made a tiny little cloud, because it's just gonna start and then it's gonna move forward. And then all I did was just make it get a little bit bigger and further out until it got to a full-grown fart like this, and then I needed it to disperse so that the cycle could continue. So to do that, all I did was break it into tiny little clouds and then just have those disperse a little bit more. You don't need too much at all. You just need that sort of a start and a finish, and it's simple. So if we play this out, you'll see not really that much to it, but it is pretty seamless and pretty farterific, if I do say so myself. And to be honest, we probably didn't even need some of these early frames in the sequence. So for example, just for demonstration purposes, I could go ahead and delete this one, delete that one, and just have a starting point, and then that, and then that, and then even just that is a pretty believable little fart, because you know, maybe you want a longer fart or a quick fart. There's just there's variations there. The only thing that is not ideal about this workflow is that if you do it like this in an animation timeline in Fresco, that is not gonna work in Character Animator because the behavior cycles layers, and this is all within one layer. So an easy workaround is to just go ahead and like copy a frame and then paste the frames individually. That can be a little bit tedious if you're doing it in Fresco. An easier solution would just be to open this up in Fresco, and your motion layer is going to show up as a smart object, and you just double click on that and you'll see all of your frames there, and then you could just drag them into your document as individual layers. All right, we're back in Adobe Character Animator now, and let's get this fart going. Let's make this so that we can just press a button and he's gonna fart. I'm sorry, I'm a child. I'm gonna go back into rig mode, and then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna see, if we click on our little fart window, we've got all our fart sequences here. What we're gonna do is come down to the bottom corner to behaviors. We're just gonna hit this plus thing, and we're gonna do a cycle layers option. And this is going to allow us to play a frame by frame animation with this behavior. So we've got some options here. It'll start when triggered. So the trigger will be a key command that we set up for it. And then we have the layer order. So I have mine set up from the bottom to the top, I believe. So we can just change the layer order from top to bottom to top. This way, it'll play the right way. If we try it and it goes backwards, we would just switch this. The next thing is advanced every. This was a little confusing to me at first, but I realized this sort of relates to the frame rate. So because I animated this at like 12 frames per second, which is sort of typical animation, I'm gonna set this to 2 because I believe the rest of this is working at like a more standard video rate because it's using my face and movements to do stuff. So I'm gonna change this to 2, and this is gonna slow down that sequence a little bit. And then you can choose the cycle to continue or just be once. Because this is a fart, I just want it to be a fart. You could also do forward and reverse, so if you wanted the fart to come out, come back in. Wouldn't really make sense, but you may have some other sequence that would make sense for it to go out and come back in. Like maybe your character, instead of farting, has a yo-yo. So maybe you have a sequence where the yo-yo goes down and then you want it to come back up. We've made this trigger. So now what we're gonna do is drag this fart over to our trigger thing, and this is gonna make our trigger. So what we can do now is just put an F here for fart, or you could put in whatever you want, and that is our key command. So if we go into record and we tap the F, we have the power to make this guy just fart whenever he wants. So he could just be like, I'm not trying to fart on that. What are we, is this what I'm supposed to be making? This probably isn't, let's do the arms. Go back to rig mode here. Let's minimize this fart thing. So we've got our fists, and we've got the point, and then we've got the just regular arms. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on this plus next to triggers, and we're gonna do create a swap set. So what that means is it's just gonna swap out one thing for another thing. It's pretty straightforward. What we can do is just come over here. We can take our arms, drag those to the swap set, and then we can take our fists, drag those to the swap set, put those in there, and then we can take our point and put that in there as well. We can decide which one we want to be like the main thing. So I'm thinking fists probably shouldn't be his default, maybe just arms. So with the arm selected, we can make that the default. So that means when the character is just hanging out, his arms are just there on the side. Then we can come down to fists and put a little key command for that. I would say F, but we already have F for fart. I'm just gonna make it easy and use keys that are like on the sides of my keyboard. So I'm gonna do Q for quarrel. Quarrel hands. He's gonna quarrel with you. Is that the right word? And then point, we're gonna do W because it's, what are you talking about? I put that in there, W. So now, if we go back into record, he's just got his arms because those are the default. And then we can hit Q and he's got fists. He's ready to fight. He's like, hey, are you talking to me? I will punch you in the face so hard right now you don't even know. And then you could be like, oh wait, we could do the thing first. So we could be like, hey, are you talking to me? Yeah, are you talking to me? I will punch you in the face so hard right now you don't even know. But he wouldn't be speaking that clearly because it's a butt. He'd be like, that's pretty cool, right? Those are the things that you can do. It's pretty neat.